It's Kevin of NCBD Comics. I'm here to bring you another edition of Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day for 2023. Hey, I appreciate you being here. That's Christina. Hey, let's dance on. And again, hey, I hope you guys got your lists ready for tomorrow. And if you're watching with me tonight, well, hey, this is what I'm most anticipating for tomorrow, New Comic Book Day. Starting off with IDW, we're going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin, The Lost Years, issue number 3. Hey, Seth, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you being here. This has been an interesting story. Now, in my opinion, it hasn't been as riveting as the initial origin run of the TMNT Last Ronin. However, the filler is just that. It's been fun. And in my opinion, it's been all right. You know what I mean? I'm still digging it. It just doesn't have that same zest that I was looking for. I guess I had expectations that shouldn't have been there. That doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying the run. So that's what I mean. It is on one of my most anticipated reads of my huge lot of reads that I have for tomorrow. So I really can't complain. And I do recommend you pick up the trade. If you already did read the TMNT Last Ronin, just go ahead and pick up the trade of this and you'll be you'll pretty feel completed. I don't know about life, but at least in the story. Moving on from IDW, we're going to talk about Boom. Grimm issue number 10. And this is another one that if you haven't actually been reading from issue number 1, that I recommend just going ahead and pick up the trade. This reads well in a consecutive order. The art, the story, everything is very, how should I say, concise. There's the product control of the storyline is really well done. I mean, it's evenly done. The art is, consecutive in a sense, and there seems to be a vibe in each issue of where it tends to be like a deeper texture. And I don't know, it might be me, but as the story ramps up and as the story gets deeper, so does seemingly the texture and the art. I'm really digging this run. And then again, it might just be me, but I really enjoy Grimm. So that's why I'm really high on one of my most anticipated reads for tomorrow. Moving on from Grimm issue number 10 of Boom Studios, we're going to cruise over to another studios, and that is Image. Image is going to bring to us what's the furthest place from here. This has been a really enjoyable run for me. And where it originally started, as far as just people at a post-apocalyptic place valuing music almost above all in this particular area, and everyone is kind of factioned off in their little areas, and how that area affects their beliefs and their values. Now, again, it started with that and it's ending with that, but the evolution of which has really been interesting over these 11 issues, and now issue number 12 coming out tomorrow. It's just filling so much with me that I do have to go back and reread all this stuff. It's not that I felt that I missed anything. It's that I really want to appreciate everything that has been told to me, if that makes sense. But moving out from that, which is, what you know what I'm talking about. Just go back and the rewind. We're going to talk about World Tree issue number 1. This was originally launched last week. However, being that there were some printing errors, it's re-releasing this week. I'm digging it. I don't want to touch the one that I received because it's now valued at some stupid amount. So what I'll do is I'll have to pick up another one tomorrow. And the story goes as such as beyond like a dark web, there's this like under web. It's something sick, twisted, and beyond anything normally dark that we've seen before. So it's creepy, it's weird, it gives you all the stuff that you don't want to see, and that's kind of Tynion's specialty. I think I have someone wanting to get out. Come on, girl. Sorry for the interruption. So that's why World Tree issue number 1 is pretty high on my most anticipated reads, because I have the book, just don't want to touch it with these grimy fingers. Moving on from that, we're going to talk about Plush issue number 6 of 6. What's cool about this is Wagner tends to end up giving us a little bit more than we initially anticipate. So we end up on the surface getting a story, and in depth getting something considerably more. And that's why I've been enjoying this series so far. I have to admit, I never read plastic, but I'm going to go by that trade. But vinyl and now plush, these stories are way more than they originally come across, and as sick and twisted as they may seem. So that's why plush issue number 6 is so high in my anticipated reads. But moving out from the image side and cruising over to Dark Horse, we're going to talk about, well, and then the Titanium book and more conspiracy type stuff, which is Blue Book, issue number 3. Now, I have to admit, I didn't get to complete issue number 2. I just got my box of pre-order. And if you watch some of the videos that I did, which I just opened up the other day, I'm still logging that stuff in. Blue Book issue number 2 is actually in that box, and I was kind of skimming through it. So, but speaking about Blue Book, in the sense of giving a small breakdown, what I've really been enjoying about this beyond just the story is the art. It's kind of monochromatic. It seems like more black and blue, which is kind of neat. Blue Book, right? And at times, this kind of hue of purples. It's so awesome. It's so original and fresh, and I like it. So that's why Blue Book, issue number 3, is pretty high for me. Moving out from the Dark Horse and cruising over to After Dark. Now, this is a very unique publishing company, and what they did is they took a shot at a Kickstarter that was launched, I want to say, about 3 years ago. Now, that what I'm talking about is something that comes out from After Dark, which is Flesh-Eating Cheerleaders from Outer Space, issue number 6. I think this is it, because originally on the Kickstarter, it was only 6 issues. So I'm going to miss this book if this is it. But wow, this has been a cool ride. For a fan of 80 horror movies and all campy stuff in general, this has been awesome. It's one of the most original books and stories that I've seen out there yet. And that's why, in some bittersweet way, Flesh-Eating Cheerleaders from Outer Space is pretty high in my most anticipated reads for tomorrow, New Comic Book Day, 4/26/2023. Moving out from After Dark, cruising over to the Marvel side, we're going to talk about Adam Warlock, Strange Tales, issue 178. Not the original, the facsimile that's going to release tomorrow. Although if I could port you back in time like that, I would. That'd be cool if I did this shit. I'm drifting. So, hey, I'm just saying, that's one of those things I'm going to pick up. I did pick up the Adam Warlock Rebirth thing that came out last week, and I'm getting all warlocked out. So, hey, as a magician, wannabe, I'm digging all this Adam Warlock stuff. So, Strange Tales, issue 178, facsimile edition, will release tomorrow. New Comic Book Day, 4/26/2023. Moving out from that, we're going to talk about Hulk, issue number 14. Well, we're getting some pretty rad issues happening between Banner again. And yes, he's releasing more personifications that he can't control anymore. We're dealing with that, and it's getting pretty gnarly. I'm finding that it just seems that every time we see something new or different with the storyline, the problem is a lot of people die. And that's what I've been seeing. He created a whole world. Now he's about seemingly to destroy, and what it happens after all this stuff. Poor Banner, poor dude. But hey, it's been making for some cool reading. But moving out from Hulk issue number 14, we're going to talk about Mary Jane Black Cat issue number 5. I believe this is it for them. As I made mention before, I'll take Black Cat anywhere I can get her. Meaning story-wise. Nah, meaning anyway. If it comes along with a hot redhead, Mary Jane, well, look, am I complaining? The story wasn't the same, and I do admit, but I'll take anything, and I'll whatever. I'll take the story of any Black Cat story I can get presently by McKay. I can. If it accompany Mary Jane, I'll take it. Being that stated, we got issue number 5 coming out tomorrow, and I think this is it. I'm looking forward to what we're going to get later down the road. Probably more Mary Jane Black Cat, but hey, I'll take it. It's been really high in my reads. I've been enjoying it. I have a whole short box full of Black Cat stuff. I dig Black Cat. And with McKay, the story's really never been that ever dull. It's been fun. And that's why all the way through this run, it's just been that. So that's why I do recommend, and I'm anticipating tomorrow's read of Mary Jane and Black Cat issue number 5. Moving on from that, we're going to talk about Thor issue number 33. Thor has been weird for me. I've been enjoying it, and I still do. What I find odd is I can't find any consistency, and it's kind of like making a cake and you have the same ingredients and you're making it the same way, but every time you bake it, it comes out a little different. That's what Thor has been for me. I've been enjoying it. It's been a little different. It's been inconsistent. Yeah, like an odd cake, but I've been digging it. Hey, I'm an odd guy. But moving on for Thor issue number 33, we're going to talk about Venom, Lethal Protector, issue number 2. The cool thing for me, and what I would recommend for those that are looking for a read like this, is it takes you back to the 90s style of Venom. That's what this book does. And that's what I've been enjoying. So that's why it's been really high on my anticipated reads. I like that old-fashioned Venom. I just do. I like the modern stuff. I've been buying it. I've been reading it, and I enjoy it. Give me another title that takes me back to the 90s. Hey, look at me. Of course I'm going to read it. So that's why Venom, Lethal Protector, issue number 2 is really high on my anticipated reads for tomorrow, New Comic Book Day. Now we're going to talk about Doctor Strange, issue number 2. I'm so glad he's back. I'm so glad he's alive, kicking, having a good time with his, well, mostly having a good time with his wife. And what they're now going to end up facing issue number 2 is going to be, well, it looked like a demon is making a deal with one of the two. On the last page of issue number 1, something was going on. So I'm looking forward to reading this tomorrow on New Comic Book Day for Doctor Strange issue number 2. Yeah, it's probably going to be rather high on that top of the stack. However, what we're all here to talk about, and we're all wanting to see, is the Blue Light Special for definitely me. And hopefully you too, which is this Strange Academy issue number 6. Now, we've been getting 24 issues essentially of Strange Academy. It's not quite been broken down the way most people would break down type of arcs, but it's roughly been there. This story for me has just been a gem. I remember talking about this years ago when Kai and I went to a convention, as far as what Scotty Young was conceiving, what Marvel okayed, kind of the direction that he was going, that he could tell me about at the time. Where we're at right now is fully developed characters have integrated themselves, some of them, into the Marvel Universe quite well. You know, and I know we're going to get some more Strange Academy. I believe it's somewhere in like late August, we'll probably get some stuff. And I don't know how that's going to work out. Strange Academy for me has been more than a story. It's been something my son and I that we got to share as an experience together as we were talking to Scotty Young, and Kai and I got to read together at times and just have some cool conversations. And overall, Strange Academy has been able to widen the Marvel Universe and introduce a whole new generation of characters, not only that we see for future generations of characters in the Marvel Universe, but to go ahead and broaden out to show more magic is really what I'm getting, and how that relates into the universe, and how even people with great strength, Hulk, godlike powers, Thor, there's still nothing at times when they meet something of magic, because this is its own entity. And that's what really I've been enjoying about all the Strange Academy, is it just shows us a lot that we had forgotten about the Marvel Universe that to me is now broadening out. And that's why it's been my Blue Light Special for today. So Strange Academy issue number 6 is way on my most anticipated reads. On a side note, the 1 in 25 is a cover done by Scotty Young that's presently going for over $100 on the eBay. Fortunate enough to get one for, I don't know, $25 or even double. Grab it. If you've really been enjoying this series, grab it. That's it for me. Entropy. Appreciate you being here, everybody. Stay well.